fear is gone, because I know who holds the future, and life is worth the living just because you live.
Alright, we're on 36. I'm going to scoot you back so I can be able to read over here. I'm going to turn my page. We're on Job 36. Elihu also proceeded and said, Suffer me a little, and I will show thee that I have yet to speak on God's behalf. I will fetch my knowledge from afar, and I will ascribe righteousness to my Maker. For truly my words shall not be false. He that is perfect in knowledge is with thee. Behold, God is mighty, and despiseth not any. He is mighty in strength and wisdom. He perceiveth not the life of the wicked, but giveth right to the poor. He withdraweth not his eyes from the righteous, but with kings are they on the throne. Yea, he doeth establish them forever. And they are exalted. And if they be bound in feathers and be holden in the cords of affliction. Yep, I would hate to be, like President Trump, because, they do have a lot of affliction there. Then he showeth them their works and their transgressions, that they have exceeded. He openeth also their ears to discipline, and commandeth that they return from iniquity. If they obey and serve him, then they suspend their days in prosperity and their years in pleasure. But if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword, and they shall die without knowledge. But the hypocrite in heart heap up wrath. They cry not when he blindeth them. See, God will blind you. He will blind you to whatever's going on. And you want to pray to have your eyes open. And he will hear you, and he will open your eyes. All right, 14. They die in youth, and their life is among the unclean. He delivereth the poor in his affliction, and opened their ears in oppression. And we are in oppression, and my ears are open. That's like this new gun laws they're coming out. It's just more people control, more slavery. They want it to where they have the guns, and they're going to enforce these laws by guns. So who wants that? All right. Even so would he have removed thee out of the strait and to the broad place where there is no straightness, and that which should be sent on thy table should be full of fatness. But thou hast fulfilled the judgment of the wicked. Judgment and just take hold on thee, because there is wrath. Beware lest he taketh thee away with his stroke. Then a great ransom cannot deliver thee. Will he esteem thy riches? No, not gold, nor all the force of strength. Desire not the night, when people are caught off in their place. Take heed, regard not iniquity, for this hast thou chosen rather than affliction. Behold, God, exalted by his power, who teacheth like him, who hath enjoyed him his way, or who can say, Thou hast wrought iniquity. Remember that thou magnify his work, which man behold. Every man may see it. Man may behold it afar off. Behold, God is great, and we know him not, neither can the number of his years be stretched out. Nobody knows how old God is, only God knows. For he maketh small the drops of water. They pour down rain according to the vapor thereof, which the clouds do drop, and distill upon man abundantly. Also, can any understand the springing of the cloud or the noise of the tabernacle? Behold, he spreadeth his light upon it, and covereth the bottom of the sea. For by them judgeth he the people. He giveth meat in abundance. With clouds he covers the light, and commandeth it not to shine by the cloud that compasseth betwixt. The noise thereof showeth concerning it, the cattle also concerning the vapor. We're on 37. At this also my heart trembleth, and is moved out of this place. Hear attentively the noise of his voice, and the sound that goeth out of his mouth. He discerneth it under the whole heaven, and the lightning unto the end of the earth. After it a voice roareth. He thundereth with the voice of his excellency, and he will not stay them when his voice is heard. God thundereth marvelously with his voice. Great things doeth he, which we cannot comprehend. For he saith to the snow, Be thou on the earth, likewise to the small rain, and to the great rain of his strength. He setteth up the hand of every man, that all men may know his work. Then the beasts go into dens, and remain in their place. Out of the south cometh the whirlwind, and cold out of the north. By the breath of God frost is given, and the breath of the waters are sustained. Also by watering he wearieth the thick cloud, he scattereth his bright cloud, and it is turned around about by his counsel, that they may do whatsoever he commandeth them upon the face of the whole earth, the world in the earth. He calleth it to come, whether for corruption, or for his land, or for his mercy. Hearken unto this, O Job, stand still, and consider the wondrous works of God. Doest thou know, then God despise them, and causes the light of his cloud to shine? Doest thou know the balances of the cloud, the wondrous works of him which is perfect in knowledge? How thy garments are warm, and when he gathereth the earth by the south wind. Hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong, and his molten looking glass? That's the firmament. Teach us that we shall say unto him, for we cannot order or speech by reason of darkness. Shall it be told him that I speak? If a man speak, surely he shall be swallowed up. And now men see not the bright light which is in the clouds, and the wind passeth and cleaneth them. Fair weather cometh out of the north. With God is terrible majesty. Touching the Almighty, we cannot find him out. He is excellent in power, and his judgment is in plenty of justice. He will not afflict. Men do therefore fear him. He repenteth not any that are wise of heart. All right, 38. Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind, and said, Who is this that darkeneth counsel by words without knowledge? Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. Where wast thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare it, if thou hast understanding. Who have laid the measures thereof, if thou knowest? Or who has stretched the line upon it? whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened, or laid the cornerstone thereof, when the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy? Or who shut up the sea with doors, when it broke forth as if it had issues out of the womb? When I made the clouds the garment thereof, and the thick darkness a swaggling band for it, and break up for it my degree place, and set bars and doors, and said, Hitherto shalt thou come, but no further, and there shall thy cloud, thy pride wave be stayed. Hast thou commanded the morning since the day thy day, and cloud the day spring to know his place, that it might take hold of the end of the earth, that the wicked might be shaken out of it? It is turned as clay to the steel, and they stand as a garment. And from the wicked their light is withheld, and the high arm shall be broken. Hast thou entered into the spring of the sea, or hast thou walked in the stretch of the depth? Have the gates of death opened unto thee, or hast thou seen the doors of the shadow of death? Hast thou perceived the breadth of the earth? Declare it, if thou know it all. Where is the way where light dwelleth? And as for darkness, where is the place thereof? That thou shouldest take it to the bound thereof, and that thou shouldest know the path to the house thereof. Knowest thou it, because thou wast then born, or because the number of thy days is great? Hast thou entered into the treasure of snow, or hast thou seen the treasure of the hail, which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war? By what way is the light parteth, which scattereth the east wind upon the earth? Who hath delivered a water course for the overflowing of water, or a way for the lightning of thunder, to cease in to rain on the earth, where no man is, on the wilderness, wherein there is no man. So satisfy the desolate and the wasted ground, and to cause the bud of the tender herb to spring forth. Hast the rain a father, or who hath begotten the drops of dew, out of whose womb come the ice, and the hoary frost of the heaven? Who hath gathered it? The waters are hid as with a stone, and the face of the deep is frozen. Canst thou bind the sweet influence of Pylades, or loosen the bands of Orion? I think these right here are gods. I'm going to check that out. Canst thou bring forth Moroth in his season? Or canst thou guide Axis with his son? Knowest thou the ordinance of heaven? Canst thou set the dominion thereof in the earth? Canst thou lift up thy voice in the cloud, that abundance of water may cover thee? Canst thou send lightning, that they may go and say unto thee, Here we are? Who hath put wisdom in the inward parts, or who hath given understanding to the heart? Who can number the clouds of wisdom, or who can stay in the battle of heaven? When the dust groweth into hardness, and the clod cleave fast together? Wilt thou hurt the prey for the lion, or fill the appetite of a young lion? Then they crouch in their dens, and abide in the cover to the lie in wait. Who preserveth for the raven his food, when his young one cries unto God? They wonder for lack of meat. Alright, we're on 39, and we'll come back to 39. But I'm going to look up these words over here, and we're going to see what they have to say. Alright, I have my dictionary, Bible dictionary, yeah, okay. And it says, the Hebrew word, which I cannot pronounce, so, rendering occurred in Job 9:9, 38, 31, Amos 5 and 8. In the last passage, our authorized version has 7 stars. Although the Geneva version translate the word Pleiades, it's different, Pleiades, as other causes. The Pleiades are a group of stars studded on the shoulder of the constellation Taurus. See how small these words are? Okay, we'll be back with another one. Okay, the word Orion, a large and bright constellation of 80 stars. 17 large ones crosses by the equatorial line. It is named after a mystical passage of the Greek of Genic statue and the handsomest man in the world. The handsomest man in the world. Okay, that works better. The Arabs call it the giant, referring to Nimrod, the mighty hunter, who was fabled to have been bound in the skies for his impurity. Job 9:9. Also allowed in Job 38:31. Okay, Mazzaroth, the 12 signs. The margin of authorized version of Job 38:32 gives Mazzaroth as the name of the 12 signs of the zodiac. I don't want nothing to do with that. Alright, I can't find Arcturus with the sun, but we know they have to do with the stars. So, I appreciate y'all listening. Hugs and kisses, and may God richly bless you. And I hope everything works out for y'all tomorrow. Hugs and kisses.